The following is a production of the Minnesota Sports Radio Network.
It's the Wells Fargo Minnesota Sports Prep Update for Thursday, December 17th. I'm Ryan Phelps.
He said he wanted to build Farmington into the Warroad of southern Minnesota, and Lou Schmidt's worked at it for more than a half century.
Louis would be there cooking pancakes in the morning for the kids, the high school kids. He'd be out there working the summer camps, and he would never take a dime. He'd never take a lick of anything. He just wanted to be there to help promote the game.
He's dedicated his life to the youth in Farmington, so we're very proud of him for that.
Louis spent countless hours providing an opportunity for kids to play the game he loved so much.
He went over and drove the bus over to some of the kids' house, and he says, "We're going to play hockey today." And, "Oh, I haven't got any gear. Don't worry about that. I'll find that for you," he says, He'd get them on the bus and away they go,
Louis moved from Red Lake Falls in 1954 and worked as a lineman for Dakota Electric. He and his wife Jean raised 9 kids of their own and hundreds of hockey players.
He always said that every kid that he ever touched was his own kid. That was his rhythm. Go to work, go to the rink, stay at the rink, go home, go to the rink, go to work. Just, he did a lot of that.
I'm thinking I was about 7 years old, and he grabbed me off of the sidelines. I was watching my brother, and I had figure skates on and just was skating a little bit. And he said, "We have a game tomorrow. Come on out."
But it wasn't just about the boys. Louis started the girls program at Farmington in the early 70s because he felt everyone deserved a chance to play.
He just loved to see the kids, loved to see them play, and he just wanted them to have a good time, to have fun.
It was all about the idea of making sure that you give back to the community. You took it when you're younger. Make sure you give it when you're older so that the same thing can happen.
The girls have had plenty of success over the years, and now the boys are a top 20 team. And Louis cheered them on until the end.
He just loved the sport, and he also felt it was important to show that he not only wanted to see the beginning of it, but he also wanted to make sure that it continued.
Louis Schmidt died in 2011, but his spirit lives on throughout the arena and the annual Girls Holiday Tournament, both of which don his name. But more than that, it's in every kid who steps on the ice that he spent so many years making. In Farmington, I'm Ryan Phelps.
It's time for another round of live, local, play-by-play coverage of Southwest Metro Sports on PSB Media.
1-1, Middlestead, the leader, and he scores!
Watch the teamwork, tradition, and all-out competition unfold live on any streaming device.
Zog throws it deep as a man. The catch is made, running down the sideline. 20-10. 5-touchdown Eden Prairie. First play of the second.
PSB Media's coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by The Malt Store, Randy Warmier's State Farm Insurance Office, The Sun Current, Noodles and Company, Athlete PT, The Tavern on Born 5, and in partnership with Minnesota Football Magazine and BEC TV.
On the run, Bame able to finish with the offhand. Nice move by the senior.
Catch all of the action all season long on your home for Southwest Metro Sports. PSB Media.
Deflects it in deep. Berger plays away from him to the left wing boards. That bounces off the skate. Turned over to Aguilar. Shot. And it's score! Aguilar the shot. The rebound by...
Game time is coming up next.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Braemar Arena. The high school hockey game of the week is on the air on the MNHockeyMag.com Along with Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. We had a beauty here tonight to open it with Elk River falling to Eden Prairie by a score of 5-2. The nightcap will feature the homestanding Edina Hornets and a band that is absolutely off the rails loud, as we all know here in Raymar Arena. We're happy for you. And the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks.
Yeah, they're playing with vigor, I guess. But we're coming off basically a pretty good game. Eden Prairie kind of showed their offensive skills, and Elk River really held on and battled throughout. But this nighttime affair promises to be a good one.
Indeed it does. The Edina Hornets 5-2, a couple of 5-win seasons. Meanwhile, the Thunderhawks 5-2-1 as they come into this one. Both teams are ranked in the top 10, especially right here on the MNHockeyMag.com. Cranky Ape top 10. Of course, check out CrankyApe.com. And we have teams, Bart, that we've seen come in and out of the upper echelon of high school hockey over the years and have stayed there. But, you know, over the past, let's say, decade or so, Edina, Grand Rapids, they've done it for the past 3 decades.
Yeah, in fact, I remember Grand Rapids back in the mid-'70s when John Rossing was flying up and down the ice. And it's been a very storied program for a number of years. This year they come into battle with some bullets in their chamber, so to speak. And Alex Adams, I am told, senior forward for Grand Rapids, will be playing tonight.
Starting in goal for the Thunderhawks of Grand Rapids will be the sophomore Gabe Holm. He's 2-0 on the season with a 1.50 and a .914 save percentage. He has a shutout. Meanwhile, Charlie DeGrood will get the nod for the Edina Hornets in goal. He has started all 7 of their games. He's 5-2 with a 1.67 goals against average and a .927 save percentage. I don't think we're going to have a national anthem here. I think we whistle it down and we go.
Well, I think they were just kidding, but Holm, they have 3 goaltenders that are pretty solid, Pete, but they're deciding to go with the sophomore tonight. As you said, 2-0, 1.50. Very impressive numbers. Has the best save percentage on the squad, but they also have Joe Burt and Zach Stayskal that are capable of manning the pipes, but tonight Holm gets the nod.
So once again, welcome aboard. We appreciate all of you that have stayed with us, that carried over from the first game, and this is the official start of the high school hockey season in my world. We can pretend up until it, but once we get to the Holiday Classic, we get all of the collegians coming back post-final, feeling pretty good about themselves.
Yeah, there's a lot of scouts in the stands as well. But Pete, I always think it's kind of a foreshadowing to a state tournament format, 3 games and 3 nights against solid competition. You know, and as I said before, coaches may not have a lot of questions coming into these games, but they're certainly going to get a lot of questions answered coming out of this weekend tournament. Well, what a great venue. What a great tournament. Thank you for joining us tonight. This one promises to be a good one.
All 4 of these teams have an NHL flavor behind the bench. Trent Klatt, of course, the former North Star Philadelphia Flyer, Vancouver Canuck, will man the bench there. Meanwhile, Kurt Giles, the former North Star, New York Rangers, St. Louis Blue. You have Paul Ranheim on the staff from Eden Prairie, as well as Gordy Roberts, of course, a longtime North Star as well, among other teams. We're underway here. Luke Johnson takes the pass, walks up through center, plays it across it in deep. Chased down by Heitkamp as he'll watch that one trickle in for an icing call. Will face off to the left of Charlie DeGrood, who's played every minute of every game here for the Hornets thus far.
Well, and he's played well for Coach Giles and obviously Josh Harding. Great first save goaltender, but it's up to the defenseman to clear out that second chance and to give him the sightlines. If DeGrood can see it, he can generally save it.
Jonah Bischoff, the face-off and the bullet wide of the net by Stampahar as it's played back in behind the net. On the puck, it's Adams. Now Bischoff with it. Protects to the corner. He's watched on the play by Johnson. Dornbach is there. Down low they go. Thunderhawks with a shot from the point that fails to click. Picked up by Phillips behind the net. He'll wind it up out of the zone. Here's Clayton Phillips. Sends a pass for Malmquist that fails to click, and it's going to be Garrett Malmquist to take over at center. Shovels in on the backhand. That one's going to go in wide of Holm as the Thunderhawks will look to break out. Big forecheck thrown in by Garrett Malmquist. 6 points on the season for the senior. Back behind the net it goes. Malmquist once again runs into a check there, and it's going to be taken over there by Kane as he plays it to the neutral zone. Now it's shoveled in by the Thunderhawks. I believe that was Bischoff. A little extra long shift here for him in the early game. Check that. That wasn't Bischoff. That was Soderberg. Looked just like him with the strides. From the right corner, Michelson plays back up through center. Gathered in by Anderson. He plays to Keene, and it's going to be picked up across the line. Soderberg to the corner. Works on Michelson. Shoves him off the puck. Now to the wall it goes as the Thunderhawks will try to work the offensive zone. Jason Kane, the big senior winger with it, walks up the wall, finds a little cycle to the corner, handled by Miller. He's bothered on the play. That's off the stick of Copeland. The quick shot on goal. DeGrood handled, and now it's going to be checked there. Wow, the Thunderhawks forechecking and buzzing here early. Out front it goes, deflected by the big stick of the goaltender, DeGrood. They'll send this one back in, wide of the net. Now it's going to be Copeland to let the loose puck go. Body check thrown there by the Hornets' Ryan Moon. Shot in on goal. DeGrood, the stick save. The Thunderhawks continue the cycle of the buzz and the forecheck. To the near side it comes. The Hornets' Bram Shear clears but not out. Wrist shot, stick save, rebound to the backhand. Oh, and there's DeGrood. That one just off the post. What an opportunity there. Now turning away from traffic. It's going to be handled out of the corner. That one by Micah Miller. Back up to the point. Wrist shot deflected wide of the cage. Oh, my word. The buzzsaw is buzzing here in the Edina zone in the early going. What a shift by the Thunderhawks.
And they're
picked
not done
up by the Hornets as they're going to clear it to safety back out of the zone there. Peter Tabor clears the zone, but now the Thunderhawks look to play it right back through. No ice on the play as it's going to have to be handled by DeGrood as it's in on goal. Luke Johnson for Phillips. Phillips plays ahead. Back out of the zone they go with a strike. He's checked on the play, but still finds enough to get it back in behind Holm off the end boards. Heitkamp is there. He's bothered on the play, and over to take over the loose change, it's Matson. The North Dakota product, Mitchell Matson. Played back up through the neutral zone it goes. Picked off by the Hornets, Sammy Walker, who plays that one back into the Thunderhawk zone. At the line, Luke Johnson was there underneath the stick. Johnson is there on the backhand, played through, and it's going to be sent back in as Heitkamp will regroup for the Thunderhawks of Grand Rapids. 13:36 to go, Bart Archer. Only one whistle. That was within the first 5 seconds of this contest. Picked off at the line. The Hornets in control with Jet Jungles. Back in behind the net. Heitkamp with it. Outlets. Nope. That hits the back of the net as the Hornets now forecheck, and they work a solid package in that capacity here on this shift. Back up through center ice it goes. Picked off at the line. Nice play at center by Ben Tucker. And it's going to be played back in deep and sent to the end wall by Luke Johnson of the Hornets. Kane takes over with it. He shovels ahead. On the play, it's Drake Anderson. Back in, the Thunderhawks will regroup once again. 12:55 to go in the first period. Thunderhawks with a scorching pace going at it with the Hornets here, who were lined up as a 2-3 through the neutral zone. Turning away from traffic was Jack Stedman. Turns over at the line. Here come the Thunderhawks down low. Puck protected there by Brendan Mark. They'll play it off the end boards. Thunderhawks continue to work the cycle. Calvin Pugh was there, the big frame on the blue line. Oh, and a big check. But here come the Hornets, sprung with a 2-on-1. Dornbach and Dangle. Down low he goes, looking for Malmquist. Nothing there, and back come the Thunderhawks up the ice. Working the right wing with speed. Boy, this team can skate with the best of them. That one's deflected up and off the top of the roof, Bart Archer. 12:14 to go. We're scoreless.
Well, it's been fun to just watch the game without any responsibilities. Pete, nice job of calling the play-by-play, but Thunderhawks obviously came out with a ton of energy. Great on possession, especially in the offensive zone. They put Edina back into a reactive mode. You can burn a lot of energy in your own zone and get tired awful quick with that kind of pressure. So Edina dodged a bit of a bullet. We're still 0-0, as you can see, but the Thunderhawks are pressing. If you remember last year in the first period, Thunderhawks came out like a house of fire, really put Edina behind the eight ball. Edina survived that period, came back and eventually won. But the way Thunderhawks are playing, I think the Edina better kind of get some possession going.
Puck is going to be played across the line.
Did you get a rest there?
Sheer with it, yeah. And I don't know what to do with myself now.
I went on a filibuster for a while.
The great part is I didn't even hear a word you said.
I don't think anybody really cared either.
The Hawks will work it through center. Picked off by the Hornet defense.
That hurt, Pete.
Nah, you know I'm kidding you, Bert.
But an offsides, Edina doing a pretty good job of at least forcing things to the outside. Not a lot of activity in front of DeGrood in the scoring area, but again, good possession by the Thunderhawks. They're getting speed through the neutral zone and really forcing Edina to play a little bit softer at the blue line, at their own blue line than they wanted to.
I think the thing that stood out to me here in the early going has been the jump that the Thunderhawks have had in the offensive zone to the loose pucks and the strength they have skating on it. This does not look like the young hockey club they were a few years ago.
No, correct. And they do have some youth on this team, but they do have some experience, but they're not afraid of mixing it up a little bit, and I think it kind of caught Edina by surprise a little bit. They're having trouble adjusting.
This is a well-matched hockey game here tonight on the MNHockeyMag.com. Thanks for joining us here tonight from Braemar Arena. The second of 6 games over the next 3 days that we're going to bring on this website for you. Turning away is Michelson as he gets the puck up for a strike. He's going to guide it along. Crosby with it. Sid with a shot in on goal that fails to click. And it's going to be handled by Matson. By the way, Bart, just so you know, I refuse to call Lewis Crosby Lewis. He's only Sid on this broadcast.
Okay.
Shot that's wide of DeGrude. Walking down the left wing side. That's cut off by Tucker, who flips that one high in the air. In front of the bench area it goes. The Thunderhawks through traffic. Picked off. Nice little read there by A-Strike, who sends that one up over the glass and out of play. 10.5 to go in the first period, and we're scoreless.
Boy, Edina had some numbers in the neutral zone, but it was Brennan Mark of the Thunderhawks that interrupted that pass, deflected it up and out of play. Otherwise, there was a streaking Edina forward that would have gone in all alone. So really a heads-up play by Brennan Mark, the senior defenseman for the Thunderhawks.
Pretty solid crowd assembled here tonight at Braemar Arena. Uh-oh, look out. Mishandle there by Johnson. Turned over, and the Thunderhawks pounce. Dornbach there to cover up, and here comes Malmquist in a foot race. That's going to be gathered in by Mark, played off the boards and sent right back in, though, by the Hornets. Johnson. Now it's going to be handled. Nice little behind-the-back pass. Mark with the breakout to the left wing, and here come the Thunderhawks with energy across the line. Little house she going there. There's a Holiday Station store logo right inside the line, and every time I look up, it looks like it feels like it's a stick or a piece of equipment. Have you noticed that?
No, I haven't, but now I will. Now that you brought
it's like it's right there, but from the angle I'm at, it looks like a twig that's on the ice.
Yeah, you planted the seed.
Boy, that was the best commercial they've ever had. You're welcome. Handled now out of the zone by Walker. He's going to wind it up. He can skate. Look out. Look at the University of Minnesota recruit back behind the net. Plays that one through the goal mouth area. Nobody home. And it's played up to the line. Sent back down by Shear. They'll have to hustle after this one. Houston was there. Big collision. Shear, the big physical presence, comes down on that one. And the net is off the post.
Well, it's starting to have a tendency to come off on the south side quite a bit. But, boy, Sam Walker, just a sophomore, showed some really nice speed. Worked his edges quite well. Went around the net, so good defensive play by the Thunderhawks to force him to the outside. But, boy, Walker's a player to watch if you're a Thunderhawk fan. You got to keep an eye on him when he's on the ice.
The foot speed is an impressive trait there, no question.
3 goals on the year, all shorthanded, no less.
Well, that's usually indicative of great speed, no
Indeed
question. That's what you put on your PKs. By the way, great to see. Oh, here's a chance for. Oh, what a glove save and a beauty! Oh, my word. Straight down goes Hold'em, and he snares that one right out of the air. Beautiful save.
Yeah, it was Bram Shearer from the top of the right circle. Took that shot, won a glove side, just a couple feet off the ice, but really a good save by Gabe Hold'em. He hasn't seen a lot of action. I mean, DeGrude has seen a little bit, but now it kind of gets him the feel for the puck, but what a big save that was.
Face off, back in behind the net. To the left side it goes. Harris was there. And the Thunderhawks win the battle off the boards and play ahead. After a quick start, the Hornets have stemmed that tide a little bit, but here come the Thunderhawks with a chance behind the net. Miller with it to the slot area, picked off by A-Strike, and turns it over at center. Good read by the Hawks, who play it back in behind the Edina net. To be handled now on the breakout by Luke Johnson. A-Strike to the middle. Crosby with it now. Lewis Crosby off the glass to the corner it goes. He'll wait for it. Gets bumped on the play by Stampahar. And it's played up to the point. Phillips holds, shoots. Ooh, nice pad save there. Very athletic goaltender in Hold'em. Looks very solid tonight. Here come the Thunderhawks through center with speed. Across the line they go with Bischoff. Puts that one back up on the tape of Matson. Couldn't handle. And it's Malmquist to create some havoc there up the wing. Matson, rink wide on the tape. Nice pickup of that pass by Mark on the backhand. Down low they go. Mark will hustle back to his blue line position. Now Dornbach muscles that ahead. Malmquist will carry up the left wing. He's going to be watched to the corner. The foot race ensues with Anderson. Malmquist body on Anderson. Breakout attempts picked off. Look out, Hold'em didn't see it as the carom goes to the corner. Now it's the Thunderhawks back through with 7.5 to go in the first period. Off the boards. Tabor has a hard time handling that one. Matson in on goal. Ooh, DeGrood was there as well. You see a guy like Mitchell Matson, what is he, about 6'3"?
Yeah, he's a long drink of water.
He's got a next-level body right now. I mean, you see that strength in what he has. You can clearly see that wearing a North Dakota uniform in the very near future.
Plus, he's got some speed about him, too.
That's off a skate of Tabor to the near boards. It comes from Malmquist. Underneath and off the stick of Soderberg, and he's going to regroup in his own zone as he turns from left to right. They regroup as the Hornets go wholesale on the change. Nice little pass up the right wing side. Look out, there's ice. Long rink-wide pass off the boot of the skate of Harris. Harris now gets a little bit of help with Kane, and it's played back out of the zone. Shear with it. Long pass, that's too far for Copeland. He's going to go foot race to the corner, win it. Plays that down the hole in the shot. The rebound, oh, what a save as he extends himself to the right side and gets the blocker pad on that. Beautiful save by Holm. He is dialed in here tonight. Back in again behind the net. Out front it goes, and here come the Thunderhawks. Fire wagon hockey here from Braemar Arena. Turned over on a defensive play there by Phillips. Now it's going to be Shear across the line. That over the top of the goal. The caром's going to be taken by Hain, who will play it back up to the line, but not out. Shear with it. Ooh, he wins the better of that one, but turns it over, so I guess you'd say the Hawks win that battle. Oh, and that little extracurricular behind the play forced a great scoring chance and thwarted it for the Thunderhawks.
Yeah, I think they're going to take them both, but it just seemed like after Shearer got stood up at the blue line, they kind of got wrapped up a little bit and didn't release. And but you're right, possession is the definitive a reason of winning that battle, and the Thunderhawks came away with it. What the Thunderhawks are doing, actually, Pete, is they're getting out of their zone very efficiently, getting some speed through that neutral zone. But Edina's, their pacing is not great. They're leaving the blue line a little early, creating space, and then they're giving their own blue line away. So the Thunderhawks have earned that. But, again, Edina's still doing pretty good defending their own zone, but they're a little soft at their blue line.
Yeah, where they're really losing the battles for the Hornets are off the rush.
Yeah, indeed.
However, the Hornets have had the better of the scoring chances, I would say, here late in this period. There's a shot that's not on. I mean, Holm's had to make 2 or 3 circus saves to keep this scoreless. So
absolutely,
it's been definitely a back-and-forth affair. The Hornets have been getting some chances with Crosby, looking to play that one through. 5-on-5 we stay. And back come the Thunderhawks across the line. They have a 3 or 4-on-2 brewing. Getting away from trouble is Stampahar. Down low they go. On the puck, that's Hain with it. He's going to say, let's reset here. Looks like a power play, Bart Archer.
Well, Hain showed some good patience. He kept getting denied. Edina getting in the passing lane. So good patience by Hain. Nothing came of it, but again, you have to respect the fact that he didn't just get rid of the puck. You have to have some patience and wait for things to develop.
Outlet pass to the left wing side. Here come the Thunderhawks through neutral. Tabor steps up but doesn't get enough of it as it's played down the wall. Look out, here they come. Adams in on goal, save DeGrood, covers. Ooh, almost alligator armed that cover, but he got enough of the puck to keep it smothered. The faceoff will come up to his left.
Well, Adams had it deep on the right side. Really wanted to put that puck out in front of the net. Didn't have any support, so he went right after the net. DeGrood did a nice job of making that initial save. Edina's got to do better at blocking out and protecting the goaltender. Kind of a tough follow-up play for the Edina Hornets. They got to block out and protect the goaltender better.
At the line, here's Malmquist. Boy, he's got one speed. Go. Right?
Just straight forward.
Yeah, straight up. He's kind of a Henry Bowlby kind of guy. Straight up the wall. And take it to the post.
And there is a nice place for a player like that. You have to have those straightforward players to offset the skill and finesse players.
Tabor shovels along the line. That's picked off. He gets it back. Peter Tabor, the sophomore, advances ahead for Dornbach. Dances across the line, inside out on the nice little move there. Angles toward the net. And I don't know if that caught Holm or not. We'll find out.
Well, I think it did, actually, but Dornbach showed some great savvy on that one. A right-handed shot going on the left side, tried to improve his angle a little bit, tried to go short side on Holm, but I think that ramped up off Holm, hence the face-off to his right. As you can see, just 4:08 left in this first period. We're not at a scoreless tie right now, but both teams have had some good chances. Edina seems to be pushing back a little bit offensively.
Puck is played to the corner. Here come the Thunderhawks as they play that one to the left wing side. And that one's going to be whistled down for an icing call.
Well,
do you have something wrong with the camera, Brett? All right. Well, we're just getting the angle that you and I have right now. Alrighty then.
We will move forward. But Grand Rapids did a really good job of putting pressure on for the first 5-6 minutes, but I think Edina withstood that, and now it's pretty much a balanced period in the last half, just under 4 minutes left.
Walker left wing side for Shear, picked up there off the Karen by Stampahar. To the corner it goes. No power plays so far.
Oh, slash.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I say it once and it's like, boom.
Yeah. But that's going to be a slashing penalty. Edina's going to get an opportunity to kind of get going. Edina's 6 for 11 on the power play, so they're running at a 54% clip. Penalty kill for the Thunderhawks. 24 of 34 kills at a 70.6 clip as it stands, but Edina 54% power play. Obviously, they can't sustain that level, but it's pretty impressive early in the season.
Face-off handled by Hornets. Phillips shots blocked, and it's played to Dornbach. Off the left wing side, Copeland to the corner for Walker, who plays back up for Copeland. Copeland, now Dornbach. Copeland wants to give and go. Dornbach did, and now Copeland instead gets away from one man. Down low to Walker across the line. In on goal. Shot and a save by Holm. I don't think he got a piece of it. Instead, it went up and over and out of play, so we'll bring the face-off outside.
A lot of shallow angle shots by the Edina Hornets. That just means Grand Rapids is minding the front of the store, protecting their goaltender. If you're Gabe Holm, you'll take those shots all the time. Now we got our camera back. We can all rest easy a little bit.
Man, even I was freaking out there.
But Holm's doing a good job of actually taking away the net on those shallow angle shots, but really Edina's got to get into that scoring area and get better angles on their shots. Easier said than done. But that penalty was on Jason Kane for slashing.
Good to hear from Al checking in, watching from near Green Bay and looking forward to vintage mid-'70s game between the Indians and the Hornets.
Oh, man.
Going old
they
school.
They got the old school jerseys on. Very stylish. Hard to read the numbers, but...
the Halloween machine.
The Halloween machine.
Across the line they go. There is something special about these two. You and I touch on that just about every broadcast. Poke to safety. Mattson with the long strides. DeGrood's going to let it go. Mattson to the freebie. Safe. Scores! That one wiggles through DeGrood. Boy, when you got Mitchell Mattson bearing down at you, got to make a decision. Either you come get it or you don't. And I think that was one where even Mattson was a little surprised. He came in and just muscled it through the Hornet goaltender for the 1-0 lead.
Well, he's, as we said, he's a long drink of water, but he's got those long strides. But he created some separation against Clayton Phillips, the swift Edina defender. And DeGrood made the initial save, but the momentum of the puck carried it down into the 5-hole, giving Grand Rapids Thunderhawks an early 1-goal lead. And that goal was shorthanded as well. But Mattson with his fifth, shorthanded.
A shorty indeed. Mattson went down and got it on the celly there, and then checked the ref at the same time. We were talking about that the other day, Bart. The self-check is not in vogue anymore.
No, it's
not. Remember the self-check? Oh, my word.
I wasn't a big fan of it to begin with.
I used to chirp it daily. Now they come up the right side with Michelson. That's Mattson on assistant at 14-23 if you're keeping track at home. Hornets now set up shop with a man advantage. Going to play that one up high. It's going to be Johnson to the right side. Guided down the line and shoved out of the zone was Jungles. Now there's a shot in on goal. They score! That one was deflected. Shot from Luke Johnson. Someone in front looks like they got a stick on that one to give it a little change up on Holm, and we're tied at 1.
Yeah, just 19 seconds left in the penalty to Kane, and it was Johnson who took that initial shot. Johnson with 2 goals on the season, both of which are on the power play, so things go through Johnson at the point. But you're right, it was a redirect. We'll have to wait for the official scoring. But you can see the play develop. Pretty good patience, nice cross-ice pass, good release by Johnson. If it was tipped, I think it was going to be tipped by Ben Tucker. If it was Tucker, that's his 6th goal of the year, second on the power play. But Edina's got a little life to him now and answers back. That's what good teams do.
He's definitely been scoring here at bushel basket pace for the Hornets. Oh, they're going to say that one went through clean on Johnson. Down low it goes. Mattson with it. Play that to the right side. Backdoor, Mattson now 5-on-5 hockey here with 1:24 to go in the period. Heitkamp steps up with a check. We're tied at 1. Dornbach for Malmquist. That's picked off and played back up ice for Bischoff. Bischoff will play to the right wing side for Mattson. Gets away from one would-be checker. That's Phillips. And now it's going to be Dornbach with it. And the Hawks will take over with 1 minute remaining in the period. Copeland at the carom, a freebie to the net, tried to go back door. Holm was down, had to scramble back over. Walker, a shot that's blocked. Puck's played back into the corner, and it's going to be picked up by Mark as he's checked on the play. The Hornets buzzing here after that goal. Walker cycles back in behind the net. Copeland comes away with it. Copeland walks right circle. No passing lanes to speak of, but then finds one. Good patience on the puck. Back in behind the net it goes. Hayne with it. Pinching down is Tabor for the Hornets. They got all sorts of white sweaters down the wall. Back in behind the net it goes. Mark is there. Tries to one-hand it up. Walker comes over, takes over to the goal mouth area. Look out, down low. Shot save, and it was right into the midsection. Copeland bid, 14.5 to go. Hornets with a nice response after that tally.
Yeah, no question. It seemed to give them energy and give them a little confidence as well, but they're cycling down low, which is what he kind of does. But nice job by Walker to get the puck over to Copeland. Copeland a pretty good shot, but Holm once again makes himself big and makes that save. You can see it right here. Just turns and fires, and there's a lot of net in the upper part. If you're a youngster and you get a puck in that position, go for the goaltender's mask. There's a lot of room when they go down up under the crossbar. Don't try to hit him in the mask, but just get it up under the crossbar. But nice job by Holm to keep that puck out of the net. 12.2 left in this first period.
Rolling puck toward the goal mouth area. Hornets sheer with it to the corner. Muscles his way through traffic. Watched by Houston. And back through center. What a first period of hockey we had here from Braemar Arena, Bart. 1-1 the score.
Oh, indeed it was. And I think, obviously territorial advantage will go to the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks in the first 7-8 minutes of this period. Then there was about a 2-minute where they traded blows, but then Edina started to flex their offensive muscles a little bit. Both goaltenders made some good saves. Both teams had some scoring chances. A lot of up and down. I think it's a treat to watch that first period, and I think it's going to get better from this point forward, Pete.
We are tied at 1. We take a timeout. We know you guys need to go get your chips, cheese, and sodas, if you will. So we'll take a timeout. More coming up from Braemar Arena right after this. We're tied at 1.
Hey, pal, if you haven't swung over to CrankyApe.com, then you're missing the coolest auction site on the web. CrankyApe.com is the only joint you'll ever need for ridiculous deals on bank repos, insurance reparables, and dealer liquidations. We have everything that rolls, floats, or has an engine, and the selection changes every day. And don't worry if you're not a wrench, most of our stuff don't need nothing but a coat of wax. Bottom line, if you're born to bid, you shouldn't be monkeying around anywhere else.
Our goal at FCA Hockey is to help players and coaches become more confident in their game while challenging them to grow deeper in their relationship with Jesus Christ. FCA Hockey works with players of all levels, from professional to college, from adult to youth. FCA Hockey exists to make an eternal impact. With overnight and day camps, adult and junior tournaments, and specialty teams, we have opportunities for everyone. For more information on how you can get involved, check out FCAHockey.com.
Great food and great sports. It's the Tavern on 4 and 5 in Eden Prairie. This season, the Tavern on 4 and 5 will be showing PSP broadcasts of Eden Prairie football and hockey on their big screen TVs. So make it a night out. Get some great food while watching your Eden Prairie Eagles at the Tavern on 4 and 5. Some of their classics include the Mediterranean Pizza, Tavern Turkey Burger, as well as delicious breakfasts that are served 7 days a week. That's the Tavern on 4 and 5, just blocks from Eden Prairie High School.
Correct, I have a life mate. Is that consequential?
With whom are you communicating?
Jake from Planet State Farm.
Jake from Planet State Farm at 0300 hours. State your identity.
It is Jake from Planet State Farm, home of Discount Double Check.
Describe your apparel, Jake from Planet State Farm.
Khakis.
Khakis. Explain.
A dull earthly garment covering male extremities.
Sounds most appropriate.
Save mass quantities, even at 0300 hours. Get to a better state.
Shop and save with Brandy Warmbier State Farm Insurance Office in Eden Prairie. A local connection at a lower cost. BrandyWarmbier.com.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Timmy. I hope you're hungry.
Sure am, but I prefer broccoli to mushrooms.
Well, I prefer your brother to you.
Don't mess with Grandma's dishes. Mess with ours instead. Delicious dishes from around the globe that you're free to customize. Noodles & Company, your world kitchen.
We're speaking with Rob Friend at the mulch store. Rob, once people have finished up trimming those trees or raking those leaves, how easy is it for them to stop in at the mulch store to drop off those materials? Or maybe even pick up some mulch for next year?
Well, if you want to stop in and drop off, you come in, check in at the gate attendant, and they'll point you in the right direction after you pay a small fee. And if you're ready to pick up something to do a final garden or mulch project, pick out the product you want, pay for the fee, and we'll load up a trailer or a pickup truck if you have that. If not, we do have delivery available.
And of course, you guys have locations all over the metro area.
That's right. For locations and more information on delivery, you can check us out at our website, mulchstoremn.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Lenslink, Clinic Administrator and Care Coordinator for Advocare Clinics, and I want to welcome you to our facility. If you're looking at this right now, you're probably searching for a new location for care for a new or chronic injury. And I want to assure you that we have a lot of services in one location that are convenient for you, and we can combine more options for you than you'll find at most other pain management or big box medical clinics.
I like the staff. They're friendly, they're supportive, they're encouraging, they're cautious, and they rearrange my exercise schedule based on what my symptoms are.
I want to welcome you and invite you to stop by for a free consultation with me as a care coordinator to see how we could best serve you and what kind of results we think we can get for you.
Contact us at 952-835-6653 or online at advocaremn.com.
Stay current on what's going on in your local community. The Sun Current is a local community newspaper that serves several communities in the Southwest Metro, including Eden Prairie, Edina, and Bloomington. The Sun Current will keep you up to date with the latest comings and goings on your school board, city council, arts and entertainment, and community events. And make sure you check out their in-depth high school sports coverage featuring weekly articles on Eden Prairie, Edina, Jefferson, and Kennedy. From football and hockey to tennis and swimming, the Sun Current has your favorite team covered. Keep it local and visit the Sun Current website at current.mnsun.com.
Well, sir, after some serious consideration, I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts? This is a devastating blow I was not prepared for.
Well, I'm going to finish packing my things. 15 years will really sneak up on you.
Jennifer will do your exit interview, and Adam made you a cake.
Red velvet.
Oh, thank you.
I made this.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Shop and save with Brandy Warmbier State Farm Insurance Office in Eden Prairie. A local connection at a lower cost. BrandyWarmbier.com.
I really loved this book. Me too. What was your favorite part? The beginning? The beginning was good. Did anyone actually read the book?
I really like this wine.
You don't need a book club to drink wine with friends. Great wine and globally inspired food at Noodles & Company, your world kitchen.
During this break in the action, I'd like to thank you for watching and ask for your assistance. In addition to live streaming games like this one, PSB Media also produces video commercials for clients. If someone you know is trying to grow their business, tell them to consider contacting production at psbmn.com. The internet is a powerful marketing tool, but due to its size, it can be difficult for messages to reach the right ears.
optimize their valuable time and money. PSB Video will help drive localized traffic to the client's website. Using keyword-driven content, PSB Video can improve where businesses appear in search results. Nearer to the top results means more clicks and more business. So please tell those business owners you know to work smarter, not harder, by considering PSB Production. Find out more by emailing production@psbmn.com.
And we're joined by Rob Friend at the Mulch Store. Rob, a lot of people are finishing up those fall projects, whether it's trimming trees or getting rid of all those leaves. What can people do with those materials once they're done?
Well, they can bring their yard waste into any of our locations and dispose of it for a small fee. And after it's disposed of, we then process it and turn it into compost.
It's also a very easy, straightforward process to stop in at any of those Mulch Store locations, correct?
You just pull into any of the sites, you check in with the gate attendant and pay your small fee, and you're all set to go.
And if people would like more information about the great products and services the Mulch Store offers, what's your website?
mulchstoremn.com.
Great food and great sports. It's the Tavern on 4 and 5 in Eden Prairie. Some of their classics include the Mediterranean Pizza, Tavern Turkey Burger, as well as delicious breakfasts that are served 7 days a week. That's the Tavern on 4 and 5, just blocks from Eden Prairie High School.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Lenslink, Clinic Administrator and Care Coordinator for Advocare Clinics, and I want to welcome you to our facility. If you're looking at this right now, you're probably searching for a new location for care for a new or chronic injury. And I want to assure you that we have a lot of services in one location that are convenient for you, and we can combine more options for you than you'll find at most other pain management or big box medical clinics.
I like the staff. They're friendly, they're supportive, they're encouraging, they're cautious, and they rearrange my exercise schedule based on what my symptoms are.
I want to welcome you and invite you to stop by for a free consultation with me as a care coordinator to see how we could best serve you and what kind of results we think we can get for you.
Contact us at 952-835-6653 or online at advocaremn.com.
Stay current on what's going on in your local community. The Sun Current is a local community newspaper that serves several communities in the Southwest Metro, including Eden Prairie, Edina, and Bloomington. The Sun Current will keep you up to date with the latest comings and goings on your school board, city council, arts and entertainment, and community events. And make sure you check out their in-depth high school sports coverage featuring weekly articles on Eden Prairie, Edina, Jefferson, and Kennedy. From football and hockey to tennis and swimming, the Sun Current has your favorite team covered. Keep it local and visit the Sun Current website at current.mnsun.com.
Our goal at FCA Hockey is to help players and coaches become more confident in their game while challenging them to grow deeper in their relationship with Jesus Christ. FCA Hockey works with players of all levels, from professional to college, from adult to youth. FCA Hockey exists to make an eternal impact. With overnight and day camps, adult and junior tournaments, and specialty teams, we have opportunities for everyone. For more information on how you can get involved, check out fcahockey.com.
Hey, pal, if you haven't swung over to CrankyApe.com, then you're missing the coolest auction site on the web. CrankyApe.com is the only joint you'll ever need for ridiculous deals on bank repos, insurance reparables, and dealer liquidations. We have everything that rolls, floats, or has an engine, and the selection changes every day. And don't worry if you're not a wrench, most of our stuff won't need nothing but a coat glass. Bottom line, if you're born to bid, you shouldn't be monkeying around anywhere else.
That is CrankyApe.com to you. Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to Braemar Arena along with Bart Archer. I am Pete Wagner. It can't possibly be any louder in this facility than it is right now.
Well, I think they're actually using it as a goal, and I think they've surpassed it leaps and bounds. But you have to like the enthusiasm.
I was at the Who in 1982, which was at the time recorded as the loudest live ever concert, right?
Okay.
This blows it away. So not only do you have the drummers that just have no volume, no control, then they play the horn.
Here we go.
Bob Gibbons checked in. Bob, I'm going to have to pull you up here on my messenger here in a second. Great to hear from you. Be sure to email us up here in the booth. We'll take care of you. High school hockey continues on the mnhockeymag.com. The game of the week. This week it's Games of the Week. And this is a dandy from Braemar Arena. We're tied at 1. Goals by Matson and Johnson. Matson for the Thunderhawks and Luke Johnson for the Edina Hornets. A shorty and a power play all in the same infraction is all we've had thus far, and that one pushed just wide of the net. Matson behind the net looks for Adams. He's not there. And it's off the glass and off the skates of Malmquist. Too far into the neutral zone it goes as the Thunderhawks will regroup and backpedal. Stampahar with it to the near side, to the far side rather, for Heitkamp. That's off the stick of Adams. No ice on the play. Johnson will retreat and regroup in his own zone. Wholesale change for the Thunderhawks. Long pass to center for Tucker. Tucker leaves off for Dornbach. Little pull move there. Handcuffed the goaltender Holm. Caught it with the outside of his glove. Kind of a swatting motion there.
But he made the save.
Batted down out of the air by Michelson, or is that Tabor? Rather, Tabor in on toward the goal mouth area. Here come the Thunderhawks back out of the zone again. On it, Soderberg. He'll chip it back into the corner to the right side of DeGrude. And it's going to be played up the wing. Ooh, big check on Shear. Stopped him dead in his tracks. That doesn't happen too often. And it'll be played to the right wing side. Copeland ahead for Walker as he was shivered. Big check. They're going to whistle that one down for an offside.
Yeah, indeed, it was just an offside, but really nice job by Drake Anderson to step up. Caught Walker with his head down, but I think it was Shear who snuck in just a shade early, face-off outside the zone. But if you can establish some physical presence on your defensive blue line, you're going to have Edina Hornets with their heads up. It certainly plays your advantage, but Walker, pretty tough player, got right back up and went after it.
Back to the corner it goes in Grand Rapids territory. Thunderhawks look to make a play to the right wing on the breakout and do. Back through center, McLaughlin with it. To the off wing, shot saved by DeGrude. Puck's sitting on the doily, as Bart Archer would say. The player is going every other direction. There's a shot. Glove saved. DeGrude looks that one in. That one from the right side.
Edina's always been a good, solid two-way team. Little extracurriculars after that whistle, taking exception to them taking an extra shot at DeGrude, but it was Walker that actually came back and thwarted that scoring opportunity. DeGrude made the initial save, but a big rebound, as you said, on the doily, and there was a Thunderhawk. I didn't get his number, but he was poised and ready to go, but it was Walker that interrupted his stride. Great defensive work by the Edina forward.
Other than the Anaheim Ducks disappointing tonight, Bob Gibbons, one of our longtime listeners and good-time friends, is living an enchanted life. The boys are at Star Wars. Wife is shopping. Ducks have already disappointed. I'm watching Edina Rapids.
It doesn't get much better than that. Obviously,
and
I'm sure he
the
wanted
punctuation
the
was an exclamation point, so
Sweet.
That means a good thing.
Bob, it's always good to have you with us.
Left wing side, Thunderhawks with a nice start to this period again, similar to the first. Miller's shot was the one that thundered off the end wall. Puck is played to the right side of DeGrude. Phillips comes over. He's going to be bumped, protects the puck neatly. Defensive coach Dave Longevin, I'm sure, pleased with that posture. Center ice, big shiver. The Thunderhawks have thrown 2 big checks here to open up this period. Holm's going to play it to the left wing side. They had to hurry. Down came McLaughlin. And through center they go. McLaughlin had to look behind to try to take that pass from Houston. Luke Johnson, his team's lone goal scorer, stood up off the end boards as they go down on the play. Thunderhawks will control to the near side, to the left wing side for Houston. I'm used to the camera being on this side, if you're wondering why I say that every once in a while. Backpedaling are the Thunderhawks. Rink wide they go. Hornets will change. Matson has some ice. He's going to take it, the big fella. Chips a pass to the left side. They wanted the one-timer for Bischoff. That failed to click off the mark. Now it's the Hawks that will have to touch up and go into neutral zone posture on the defensive end. Behind the net, picked up by Heitkamp. He's checked. They're going to guide it along the left wing wall. Not far enough as Dornbach picks it off. Now Malmquist. He'll walk the circle. Pugh's shot. That fails to click. And it's picked up and back out of center ice for Adams. Adams with it. Drop pass down low. Oh, what a save to Grew. The rebound. Oh, he makes 2 beauties. Wow. All that off a turnover from a one-timer at the blue line. Now it's Matson with it. To the corner he goes. Matson up to the line. That gets underneath the stick of Stampahar. And it'll be picked up by the goaltender. Ooh, oh, wow. Awfully casual there. Obviously, it's glad to see he doesn't have any panic in his game for Holm as he made the play. Back up ice they go with it with Kane. No relation, of course, to Chicago Blackhawk superstar Patrick Kane or, of course, Evander Kane of the Buffalo Sabres. Back up through the neutral zone that goes and into the Thunderhawks end, and that's going to be whistled down for an icing.
Well, really a great opportunity by the Thunderhawks. I don't know how DeGroote kept that puck out of the goal, but good pressure down low. But as you said, it all came off from a misguided one-timer, and they came back with numbers, put some good pressure on. But I think the defenseman should be buying DeGroote a soda after this game for that save.
Well, or grab some chips that everybody else grabbed there between periods. With the technology as it is, we'll go there in a minute. We'll go there right now. When you and I started, Bart, this stuff was, we were getting bounced off the air every 2 seconds. There was terrible bandwidths, and, it was tough to force this down the pipe in 2006, 2007. It wasn't, where it's come to now, where you can get this out in HD and people can plug in and get it on their monitors at home on the big screen, it's incredible.
Well, that just shows your stick-to-itiveness and perseverance.
Or stupidity, one or the other.
No, stupidity is a different conversation for a different day. But no, we appreciate the efforts that you put in to make this a reality, and technology's finally caught up to the point where the HD thing means so much.
Doesn't it, though? You can just chill at home and watch the games. And here's a chance down low. In on goal, DeGroote was going one way. Good chance there by the Thunderhawks as they're going to play to the right point. Quick wrist shot. Scores! Jack Bowman, his first of the season, first point. Kind of fooled the Hornet netminder, the glove hand side for the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, well, any shot at that juncture is a pretty good shot. It did redirect, and I don't know if it went off the defenseman, Peter Tabor, and I'm not trying to pick him out, but it looked like it was redirected and fooled DeGroote a little bit. But if the goal stands as called, Jack Bowman, the junior defender, notches his first point of the season, and what a big one it was.
11:51 remaining here in the second period. Face-off controlled by the Hornets. Second lead of the game now for the Thunderhawks of Grand Rapids. Thanks a lot for joining us here tonight. Check thrown there. Back up ice it goes. Handled now by Hain. Johnson is there to the corner. Jack Bowman with the goal and the assist to Keegan Graber. That shot's blocked away by the Hornet defense down low. To the corner it goes. Back up in the neutral zone. Stampahar is there. By the way, be sure to check out, we have a new podcast coming up, myself and Chad Graff on 1500ESPN.com. That's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. Everything hockey. We're going NHL. We'll hear from some of the greats on a national side of things. Local. Bart Archer, you'll be joining us.
Well, I like the way Chad Graff goes about his business too. There's no pompous.
He's not lecturing you? Is that what you're saying?
Correct. I don't feel like I'm being talked in a condescending fashion, too. But Chad's a very nice man that knows the sport up and down.
Are you referring to anything local?
No, maybe.
Okay.
But I'm not trying to cast any arrows. I am an archer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, neither do I. We'll just digress and move on.
Mattson having a great year, 4 goals and 11 assists, and now 5 and 11 as he comes into this game and adding what he's done here tonight with the opening marker. This is a player we've watched for years, Bart, evolve into just an all-around player. Rebound, they score! Adams on the backhand. We were asked if he was going to play in our first game, and yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing, and he's playing quite well, to be honest with you. But just a numbers game down in the offensive zone for Grand Rapids. They just got it to the open man. He beat DeGroote on a redirect, but now it's 3-1. Edina Hornets 2 goals down. Thunderhawks very good at being front runners as it stands, but Edina, I think the challenge is they're used to being the front runners. Coming back from a couple goals down on this particular squad might be a bit of a challenge.
Well, Bart, quite the interesting point, though. You called the game with Jim Erickson on Bob FM, correct? Here
yes,
with Blaine, and the
Hornets
had they had leads and they came back, and they don't stop. They're never going to pack up the tent here.
Right. Well, it's a team that generally averages between 4 and 5 goals offensively per game, and they're hovering around 3, so they're missing some of their big boppers. That doesn't mean they can't score. They just don't have that go-to guy that they can rely on to score, other than maybe Tucker. But Edina, they have good depth. They just don't have that one impact player. But it's a team game, so Edina should be fine. But they have to start answering back to this Grand Rapids rush.
For the better part of 7 minutes, the puck has been in the Edina zone right now, and the Thunderhawks going to work and putting on a clinic. Here comes Pugh back in behind the net. Pugh with it. Good to see him back on the ice. It was right there in that corner where he got smoked a couple of years ago, which
quite a story.
Was quite the injury there, and it took him out for the year, basically, with a concussion, and now good to see he's back on the ice here in his junior year.
It shows his commitment to the program as well.
Copeland with it, walks the corner, plays up too far for Pugh. He's going to have to hustle back to get this one. He's going to let his partner take possession. Back up through center, it's going to be Copeland with it. Poked off his stick at the line, and here come the Thunderhawks. Oh, look at that. Got a little greedy with that pass.
Well, it was a good idea, though.
Yeah.
I like the thought process behind that, but nice job by Copeland to thwart that effort. Otherwise, it could have been a trying moment for Edina.
Big check on Jungles, forced the turnover. Across the line they go. McLaughlin with it. He's bothered by Johnson. A little help now from Hain. His pass fails to click back into the Thunderhawk zone. No ice on the play, as that was a Grand Rapids player that sent it down the length of the ice. Stampahar to the right wing. Miller through center. McLaughlin is there, springs Hain. Couple of eights battle. They jostle to the corner. Hain looks to find McLaughlin trolling toward the goalmouth area, who finally gets it. Now they go down low. Hornets in some feet. That's Jungles. Kick that one to safety. He's going to just be content to chip that up into the neutral zone and get the change on the fly. Thunderhawks regroup with Stampahar. Puts on the brakes. And it's picked up by Dornbach. Dornbach down low. Dornbach wanted to give and go. Nearly got it from Malmquist. Every time I see 1-6, I can't think Malmquist. You think Hurley from back of the day.
Hurley, right.
Right wing side. Ooh, they had a little tic-tac-toe brewing there, but that was taken off the board. Back in behind the net. Bischoff protects. He walks to the corner. Up to the right point. Stampahar's shot blocked by the defense. That was about waist high. And Tabor has it. The skating and the purpose of the forecheck for the Thunderhawks has been suffocating here in the second period. Big check thrown off the end boards there. Now they'll play it back up, looking for Mattson. The Hornets pick off and walk it back up through center ice with Tucker. That one's wide of the net, and Holm, whistle that one down, face off to his left. He didn't want that, but nonetheless, he gets it.
Well, I think it hung up in his glove a little bit because there's just a little delay getting the puck out of his glove, but they indeed blew the whistle. I thought they were going to let play continue, but you're right, face off to his right. 7:50 left in the second period. Grand Rapids bounces out to a two-goal lead. Edina has yet to answer for it. It kind of surprised me a little bit.
It's gotten the way this period's progressed. It's the Thunderhawks just getting better.
Yeah, indeed they are. They're very responsible in their own zone, and the defense are getting involved, making it harder to defend.
But the Hornets right there, the chance on goal, have the ability to turn things quickly. Walker brought down on the play. He goes Into the wall with Adams to the corner for Copeland. Copeland will walk out of the corner, being watched by Matson. To the left point, Tabor plays this one down the wall. The Ring will take it to Shear in the corner as he tries to get through the defense of Brendan Mark. Instead, it's Copeland who's going to cycle down. It's Mark who tries to fight off Shear. Instead, gets some support from Matson, who plays over to the right side through center off the stick, once again, of Mark. Now it's going to be picked up. Protecting the puck and waiting was Drake Anderson, the junior. And it's sent to the left wing side too far for the outstretched A-strike stick. Look at that. Holm was leaning one way, swatted out of there by the defense. Nice play there by Anderson. And now the Hornets, after we said they didn't respond, now what are they doing, Bart Archer?
Well, that's what I thought that they were going to do after. Normally when the Hornets get scored on, they take it a little personal. There's a lot of pride in that locker room and on that bench. But as you said, I think it's more of a result of the Thunderhawks' good play than it was Edina not being able to do it. But Grand Rapids now is giving Edina some zone time. They look like they're getting a little confidence, putting a little pressure on Gabe Holm, the sophomore goaltender for this Grand Rapids team.
To the right wing side it goes, chipped underneath a stick for Soderberg as it trickles into the corner. Soderberg there stood up on the play. Bothering him there was Michelson. Now it's going to be handled by Soderberg again. Assisting is Harris from the corner. He loses the handle. Michelson. Now it's going to be picked up and guided along by Crosby. Center iceman down low, working off the defensive zone coverage. The Thunderhawks to the near side. Look out. Ooh, awkward check there. Jungles takes his man down. That was Kane, but he still makes the play from the knees for Soderberg. Advances ahead for Harris, and that one's going to be called.
Yeah, Jet Jungles did show some great speed, took a good angle on it, really interrupted the stride and forced this whistle in the Grand Rapids zone. But that's what Edina is going to have to do, is use their speed. They have to get moving the puck forward and putting pressure on the Thunderhawks defense. The Thunderhawks defense has been very responsible and very efficient tonight.
Great to hear from Joan Schneider. Grandson is Brendan Mark, having a great game.
Indeed he is.
Thank you for the kind words. Great to have you. We'll have all three of their games on this upcoming weekend. There's a chance, and DeGroote watches that one wide of the net. To the left wing side, Heitkamp was there. And through center, here comes Dornbach with energy. He's got Malmquist. Dornbach's going to hold off the crossbar. Loose puck in front. Holm spinning. Dornbach gets it back. That one doesn't get through. Back they come the other way. Here come the Thunderhawks on the rush with Miller. Miller down low. He couldn't pull the trigger as he was watched closely by Stedman on the blue line. Back behind the net. Hain was there. Short side. They shoot. That one doesn't get through. And that's going to be blocked by the defense. Where's the puck? The loose change is floating. Pugh is there. Gets up. And now it's going to be picked up by Malmquist back up the ice. He's stopped on the play. Malmquist, loose puck, and that's a 50-50 battle there. Could have been a borderline interference call there, Bart, but I like the no call as it's Matson to the left wing side. McLaughlin is there. Touch back to McLaughlin from Matson. Now it's picked up by Phillips. Poked off his stick. Phillips, now McLaughlin, or Matson rather, walks to the goal mouth, but DeGroote doesn't vacate. Nice job there. Back up through center ice it goes. The Hornets will change some of their players. Remember, the long change in the second period makes it a little more difficult. 4:37 to go. Second period, 3-1 in favor of the Thunderhawks of Grand Rapids, who will send it back into the Edina zone. Copeland, a nifty play to get that to the far corner. Picked up, handled. There's a shot by Bischoff that's blocked. Adams walks down, rolls off his stick. Nice defensive play on the busy stick there by Copeland. Back behind the net, Matson will wait for it. The big frame will walk to the corner. Back up to the line for Anderson. His shot wide of the net. Johnson gathers it in, off the glass, held in. Nice job at the line. Oh, and another nice job by Anderson to keep. He'll play that one down the wall. Still a bounding puck. Adams loses an edge. Somehow gets a bullet on goal, and a nice save by DeGroote. Now it's Bischoff. A little help from him for Kane. Picked up by Walker. Leaves off. Nice pass to the left wing side for Shear. He's going to play it deep and try to go to work off the end boards, but the Thunderhawks quickly cycle it off the end wall. Anderson plays along, cut off, nifty job there by Crosby. Crosby looks out front, that's off Shear's stick, and the loose puck, Soderberg there chops it into the neutral zone. Michelson plays it rink wide, Tabor off a stick, in on goal, steered aside by Olam. Picked up now by Hewson. Now it's played to the right wing wall. Hornets control with Crosby. They look for the redirect with Jungles, nothing doing there. Near side, a strike off the glass, played down with a hand by Kane, and now it's the Thunderhawks out of the zone with Soderberg. Right wing side it goes for Harris. Harris will walk down low, watched by Tabor. Tabor maintains possession. His pass is deflected, and it's picked up and walked to the slot. Shot, scores! Soderberg wires it shelf, and it's 4-1.
Yeah, and that's Soderberg's first goal of the season, but boy, you could just sense it coming. It just seems like Edina's not minding their store in their own zone. They're very sloppy on their zone exits. Their passes are not crisp, and Grand Rapids is winning the battles to the loose puck, and that's a prime example of that. Soderberg from the right circle. You'll see Edina has possession of the puck right now, but puck in the skates. Grand Rapids maintains control, and they walk it out. Beats him blocker side just inside the post, but what a good shot that was. Soderberg's first goal of the year. Now it's a 4-1 advantage for the Thunderhawks, and Edina seems to be kind of back on their heels, skating uphill now.
If you want to win a hockey game, you come out and you have a period like this that the Thunderhawks have had, because they've really forced everything. They've supported the puck incredibly, and their urgency in the offensive zone has been almost too much for the Hornets to really get anything going in transition on the offensive side of things.
Absolutely. It all comes down to zone exits. They're contesting it. Their angles are good. Edina doesn't get speed through the neutral zone. They're doing the chip and chase, and that's not Edina style. They're kind of reeling a little bit.
That, and they're uncomfortable doing that. Here's a chance to the slot area. Look out, in on goal, whistle down. And what do we have here? Offside at the line. It was kind of muddy with the puck dribbling along the line there.
Yeah, I think Pugh might be going for a penalty on that one, Pete. I think that it looked like it might have been an offsides, but I think Pugh, I don't know what the penalty is going to be. It could be a holding penalty. Oh, it's going to be a hooking penalty. But that's what happens when you get caught flat-footed and the other team is coming with speed. You have to reach out and try to interrupt their stride. But another trying moment for that porous Edina defense. They're really leaving the Groot out hanging out a little bit to dry right now. Edina's got to reset. There's 2:16 left. They have to get through this challenge that's in front of them. Down 3 goals, now putting Grand Rapids on the power play. And Grand Rapids' power play is just a shade over 30%. Edina's penalty kill is formidable at 88.9%. But not a good penalty at a good time, and it's just because the feet weren't moving.
Power play now, handled by the Thunderhawks. Left wing side, Adams plays that one back up high for Stampahar. Sends a pass down low for Matson.
Boy, he was wide open on that weak side,
yeah,
too.
I know. If it didn't roll off the heel, absolutely. There's a redirect to Groot, the save, puck up in the air. Poke back to the corner. Over for the Hornets, it's Crosby. Now it's going to be handled by Anderson. Anderson gives to the right side. Bischoff is going to walk it down to the corner. Now Anderson. Near side for Stampahar. Stampahar likes to drag the traffic with him. Gives over to Adams. Sauce pass for Stampahar down low. They score! A redirect in front, 5-1.
And that was Matson. That's his 6th goal of the season, 2nd goal of the game. That one's on the power play with Calvin Pugh in the box, but it just the floodgates are starting to open. You can just sense that Edina's, they're not beaten, but they're certainly dejected right now. But Thunderhawks have all the energy. Being on the power play didn't hurt at all, but now it's kind of getting into a just kind of hold through till the period so we can regroup. Obviously, when there's an Edina squad in Braemar Arena, the friendly confines of Braemar Arena, they're never really out of the game. But obviously, the Thunderhawks are in firm control of this contest so far.
Wow, that was we saw they when you have that kind of a frame and skill that Matson has down low, you got to go there. That one deflected up and out of play, as Bart said. Mitchell Matson, the goal scorer, his 2nd of the game, and now for him, his 6th of the season. I'd like to say hello to A.B. Walker, who checked in, listening and viewing online, probably working, I'm sure. I saw husband Ron here earlier in the day. He was asking what kind of stream we had, and I said, I don't know what we're going to be firing out of here. I'm hearing it's looking good.
Okay, as long as it looks good and people can follow along. But that goal was just about a minute and 20-some seconds after that other one, so obviously the energy is with Grand Rapids.
Off a skate, nearly tore the goal mouth area, 1 minute remaining. A 4-goal outburst here in the second period by the Thunderhawks of Grand Rapids. A delayed penalty coming up.
Hand pass.
There's a penalty, too. It's did he go interference on that? I think he did.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. And it looks like it's Grand Rapids. Really not a great penalty to take. Obviously, they have a bit of a cushion right now, but a holding penalty in the final minute in your own zone that didn't stop a scoring opportunity. I'm sure Trent Klatt's a little concerned about that, but what they need to do is just get through this. They can put their number one unit penalty kills out to kill this period off. If Edina doesn't score, you can start the next period with your number ones as well. So there is a bit of a benefit as far as the timing of that penalty.
Sam Walker pulls the draw back for Dornbach. Matson is there, wins the battle. Matson lets his man take over, and Miller. Matson, shorty, looking for the hat trick. You get to keep your lids on at least for another couple of minutes.
Edina got lucky.
Left wing they go. No icing on the play. Too far for Shear. Off the side of the net. Walker up for the waiting Casey Dornbach. Pad save and a beauty. Wow, that was better than you'd think.
And that was through traffic.
That was about 8 inches off the ice, and Holm extended. Now it's Copeland. Ooh, where'd the voice go? Peter Brady in on goal. That one wide of the net. Now it's Dornbach. Looked, but no. Now Copeland deflected down low for Johnson. That'll do it for the period. The Hornets will have another $1.11 on the power play to start the third period. They're going to need to go to work as they trail by a score of 5-1 after 2 periods.
Well, I think it's more of what Grand Rapids is doing than Edina not doing. But Edina is starting to really play out of character right now. They're forcing passes into traffic when they should be taking shots. But Grand Rapids was all over the ice, putting pressure on Edina in the offensive zone. And that's what you want to do with Edina. Get the puck deep, put the pressure on the defense, and then bar the door and not let them out of the zone. But what a terrific period for Trent Klatt and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. They go into the locker room for a brief respite, up 5-1. We're looking forward to 17 minutes of action.
We'll be back right after this. High school hockey, the game of the week on the MN Hockey Mag, coming up with more right after this.
Great food and great sports. It's the Tavern on 4 and 5 in Eden Prairie. This season, the Tavern on 4 and 5 will be showing PSB broadcasts of Eden Prairie football and hockey on their big screen TVs. So make it a night out. Get some great food while watching your Eden Prairie Eagles at the Tavern on 4 and 5. Some of their classics include the Mediterranean Pizza, Tavern Turkey Burger, as well as delicious breakfasts that are served 7 days a week. That's the Tavern on 4 and 5, just blocks from Eden Prairie High School.
Correct, I have a life mate. Is that consequential?
With whom are you communicating?
Jake from Planet State Farm.
Jake from Planet State Farm at 0300 hours. State your identity.
It is Jake from Planet State Farm, home of Discount Double Check.
Describe your apparel, Jake from Planet State Farm.
Khakis.
Khakis. Explain.
A dull earthly garment covering male extremities.
Sounds most appropriate.
Save mass quantities, even at 0300 hours. Get to a better state.
Shop and save with Brandy Warmbeer State Farm Insurance Office in Eden Prairie. A local connection at a lower cost. BrandyWarmbeer.com.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Timmy. I hope you're hungry.
Sure am, but I prefer broccoli to mushrooms.
Well, I prefer your brother to you.
Don't mess with Grandma's dishes. Mess with ours instead. Delicious dishes from around the globe that you're free to customize. Noodles & Company, your world kitchen.
We're speaking with Rob Friend at the mulch store. Rob, once people have finished up trimming those trees or raking those leaves, how easy is it for them to stop in at the mulch store to drop off those materials? Or maybe even pick up some mulch for next year?
Well, if you want to stop in and drop off, you come in, check in at the gate attendant, and they'll point you in the right direction after you pay a small fee. And if you're ready to pick up something to do a final garden or mulch project, pick out the product you want, pay for the fee, and we'll load up a trailer or a pickup truck if you have that. If not, we do have delivery available.
And of course, you guys have locations all over the metro area.
That's right. For locations and more information on delivery, you can check us out at our website, mulchstoremn.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Lenslink, Clinic Administrator and Care Coordinator for Advocare Clinics, and I want to welcome you to our facility. If you're looking at this right now, you're probably searching for a new location for care for a new or chronic injury. And I want to assure you that we have a lot of services in one location that are convenient for you, and we can combine more options for you than you'll find at most other pain management or big box medical clinics.
I like the staff. They're friendly, they're supportive, they're encouraging, they're cautious, and they rearrange my exercise schedule based on what my symptoms are.
I want to welcome you and invite you to stop by for a free consultation with me as a care coordinator to see how we could best serve you and what kind of results we think we can get for you.
Contact us at 952-835-6653 or online at advocaremn.com.
Stay current on what's going on in your local community. The Sun Current is a local community newspaper that serves several communities in the Southwest Metro, including Eden Prairie, Edina, and Bloomington. The Sun Current will keep you up to date with the latest comings and goings on your school board, city council, arts and entertainment, and community events. And make sure you check out their in-depth high school sports coverage featuring weekly articles on Eden Prairie, Edina, Jefferson, and Kennedy. From football and hockey to tennis and swimming, the Sun Current has your favorite team covered. Keep it local and visit the Sun Current website at current.mnsun.com.
Well, sir, after some serious consideration, I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts? This is a devastating blow I was not prepared for.
Well, I'm going to finish packing my things. 15 years will really sneak up on you.
Jennifer will do your exit interview, and Adam made you a cake.
Red velvet.
Oh, thank you.
I made this.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Shop and save with Brandy Warmbier's State Farm Insurance Office in Eden Prairie, a local connection at a lower cost. BrandyWarmbier.com.
I really loved this book. Me too. What was your favorite part? The beginning?
The beginning was good.
Did anyone actually read the book?
I really like this wine.
You don't need a book club to drink wine with friends. Great wine and globally inspired food at Noodles & Company, your world kitchen.
During this break in the action, I'd like to thank you for watching and ask for your assistance. In addition to live streaming games like this one, PSB Media also produces video commercials for clients. If someone you know is trying to grow their business, tell them to consider contacting production at psbmn.com. The internet is a powerful marketing tool, but due to its size, it can be difficult for messages to reach the right ears. Optimize their valuable time and money. PSB Video will help drive localized traffic to the client's website. Using keyword-driven content, PSB Video can improve where businesses appear in search results. Nearer to the top results means more clicks and more business. So please tell those business owners you know to work smarter, not harder, by considering PSB Production. Find out more by emailing production@psbmn.com.
Hey, pal, if you haven't swung over to CrankyApe.com, then you're missing the coolest auction site on the web. CrankyApe.com is the only joint you'll ever need for ridiculous deals on bank repos, insurance reparables, and dealer liquidations. We have everything that rolls, floats, or has an engine, and the selection changes every day. And don't worry if you're not a wrench, most of our stuff don't need nothing but a coat of wax. Bottom line, if you're born to bid, you shouldn't be monkeying around anywhere else.
Our goal at FCA Hockey is to help players and coaches become more confident in their game while challenging them to grow deeper in their relationship with Jesus Christ. FCA Hockey works with players of all levels, from professional to college, from adult to youth. FCA Hockey exists to make an eternal impact. With overnight and day camps, adult and junior tournaments, and specialty teams, we have opportunities for everyone. For more information on how you can get involved, check out FCA Hockey.
And we're joined by Rob Friend at the Mulch Store. Rob, a lot of people are finishing up those fall projects, whether it's trimming trees or getting rid of all those leaves. What can people do with those materials once they're done?
Well, they can bring their yard waste into any of our locations and dispose of it for a small fee. And after it's disposed of, we then process it and turn it into compost.
It's also a very easy, straightforward process to stop in at any of those Mulch Store locations, correct?
You just pull into any of the sites, you check in with the gate attendant, and pay your small fee, and you're all set to go.
And if people would like more information about the great products and services the Mulch Store offers, what's your website?
mulchstoremn.com.
Great food and great sports. It's the Tavern on 4 and 5 in Eden Prairie. Some of their classics include the Mediterranean Pizza, Tavern Turkey Burger, as well as delicious breakfasts that are served 7 days a week. That's the Tavern on 4 and 5, just blocks from Eden Prairie High School.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Lenslink, Clinic Administrator and Care Coordinator for Advocare Clinics, and I want to welcome you to our facility. If you're looking at this right now, you're probably searching for a new location for care for a new or chronic injury. And I want to assure you that we have a lot of services in one location that are convenient for you, and we can combine more options for you than you'll find at most other pain management or big box medical clinics.
I like the staff. They're friendly, they're supportive, they're encouraging, they're cautious, and they rearrange my exercise schedule based on what my symptoms are.
I want to welcome you and invite you to stop by for a free consultation with me as a care coordinator to see how we could best serve you and what kind of results we think we can get for you.
Contact us at 952-835-6653 or online at advocaremn.com.
Stay current on what's going on in your local community. The Sun Current is a local community newspaper that serves several communities in the Southwest Metro, including Eden Prairie, Edina, and Bloomington. The Sun Current will keep you up to date with the latest comings and goings on your school board, city council, arts and entertainment, and community events. And make sure you check out their in-depth high school sports coverage featuring weekly articles on Eden Prairie, Edina, Jefferson, and Kennedy. From football and hockey to tennis and swimming, the Sun Current has your favorite team covered. Keep it local and visit the Sun Current website at current.mnsun.com.
Correct, I have a life mate. Is that consequential?
With whom are you communicating?
Jake from Planet State Farm.
Jake from Planet State Farm at 0300 hours. State your identity.
It is Jake from Planet State Farm, home of Discount Double Check.
Describe your apparel, Jake from Planet State Farm.
Khakis?
Khakis. Explain.
A dull earthly garment covering male extremities.
Sounds most appropriate.
Save mass quantities, even at 0300 hours. Get to a better state.
Shop and save with Brandy Warmbier State Farm Insurance Office in Eden Prairie, a local connection at a lower cost. BrandyWarmbier.com.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Timmy. I hope you're hungry.
Sure am, but I prefer broccoli to mushrooms.
Well, I prefer your brother to you.
Don't mess with Grandma's dishes. Mess with ours instead. Delicious dishes from around the globe that you're free to customize. Noodles & Company, your world kitchen.
Stream your games in HD like the pros. Have a game you want streamed? PSP is here to help. PSP offers its HD streaming services to meet your request, whether you want one game, a tournament, or even an entire season's worth of games live streamed. Every broadcast features professional play-by-play announcers, instant replay, on-screen graphics, multiple camera angles, and much more. Plus, you can even make money from broadcasting. By having PSP stream your games, you create an opportunity to bring in additional revenue to your team or booster club. You can make money from pay-per-view broadcasts, DVD and digital download sales of the broadcasts, and even control of the advertising space on the broadcasts. So what are you waiting for? Get your team on air and stream in HD like the pros. Contact production at pspmn.com to get started today.
The Sun Current is proud to be your community news leader for over 50 years. Each week you can read their in-depth coverage on local government, school district news, high school sports matchups, community events, and newsmakers. The Sun Current's website is now mobile user-friendly and provides breaking local news coverage daily. Check it out at current.mnsun.com.
We're speaking with Rob Friend at the
Our goal at FCA Hockey is to help players and coaches become more confident in their game while challenging them to grow deeper in their relationship with Jesus Christ. FCA Hockey works with players of all levels, from professional to college, from adult to youth. FCA Hockey exists to make an eternal impact. With overnight and day camps, adult and junior tournaments, and specialty teams, we have opportunities for everyone. For more information on how you can get involved, check out fcahockey.com.
We welcome you back to Braemar Arena. Huge numbers tonight on the World Wide Web, as I'd like to say, on the mnhockeymag.com, along with Bart Archer. I'm Pete Wagner. My neighbor, Joe Caju, throws out a challenge to the viewers.
I like the challenge, too.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
When was the last time the Edina Hornets were trailing 5-1 after 2 periods in their own barn?
Yeah, and I tried
to whom?
I might have been a sophomore in high school back then.
He says he knows the answers.
Well, of course he does.
They weren't keeping records that far back. It's like the National Weather Service.
Yeah, they're back
on
up
scroll. Through No, you're saying scroll? You're saying they had ink? I thought they were using stone. Oh, look at that. The band is leaving. We can now watch a game in peace.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, there's a shot on goal. Holm the save. Rebound. Puck's loose. Net's off. And that one's whistled down. Josh Solomon in goal now for the Edina Hornets, wearing sweater number 30.
And that was Benny Copeland for the Edina Hornets to really put the pressure on. I thought there might have been a chance that's going to find its way in. But keep in mind, Hunter Houston for the Thunderhawks still has 40 seconds left in his penalty. So Edina starting the period on the power play gets a little bit of offensive flavor right out of the gate. But Edina looks a little bit more refocused, has a little bit better sense of purpose. But I don't know what the answer is to that question. But obviously that's what they face in front of them. But Grand Rapids has played almost a perfect game tonight.
I can't remember. For some reason, Armstrong 2000 under the Bruce Johnson regime stands out to me. Back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Okay. He said, okay, but he wants us to get some crowd answers first. So
perfect.
Go ahead and email us to the booth, if you will. Maybe Brett Johnson will put that up for us, our producer. There's a shot. Steered aside. Power play continues. Holm has been really good. He's had a few opportunities that he's snuffed out for Edina, which I think have been major difference makers. Think back to that first period. He made some huge saves as there's 20 seconds to go in the man advantage for the Hornets. Up the ice they go. Now it's going to be Michelson down low. Shot. There's a blocker pad save. Holm just gets it there if in any way he can. Walker plays down low. That's off Copeland. Back up for Walker from the left side. Now it's going to be Dornbach, top of the umbrella. Stutter steps, makes a lot of room for himself. Full strength now are the Thunderhawks of Grand Rapids. They're going to rush to the bench. Hornets with a little bit of room to work. They trail by 4 at 5-1. In fact, I do know the answer, and the one that Joe Cagey gave me on the last time the Hornets trailed by this margin had a very interesting outcome, if you recall. You were there, Bart.
Okay.
Walker with it back behind the net. Think Louis
Minnetonka?
Nanny. Louis Nanny.
Minnetonka undefeated coming in here, and Louis Nanny scored in overtime.
Remember?
Yeah. I guess I do. I just needed to be prodded a little bit.
Bounding puck. We're probably wrong, and someone's going to call on us. Somebody's got like every inch of every stat kept, but that's okay. Back to the corner it goes. Graber is there. Now Michelson, he's jammed on the end boards. We're 5-on-5 now. Michelson again gives off to Copeland. Up ice he goes. Bothered on the play to Shear. He'll trickle that one in on goal. Steered to the left side by the goaltender Holm. Here come the Hawks. They had a man angling in the neutral zone. Slapping the stick on the ice was Kane. He wanted it. Now it's going to be Jet Jungles. Lou, look out. Tossed to the ice there. He is about to walk into a brick wall known as Gunnar Harris right off the bench. Back in behind the net it goes. Swept along the wall. Soderberg is there. Finds an opening. Sends it the length of the ice. Icing the call.
Well, Pete, if I look at this Edina Hornets squad, they're kind of in the same situation that Elk River is. They have a lot of young players. They have some seniors on their roster, but I counted only a handful of players that actually have varsity experience. So they're going through perhaps some growing pains. This is going to be a learning experience for them, but there's a lot of experience on the Thunder Rock team, but they also have a couple of youngsters in McLaughlin and Hain that we're going to be saying their names for a couple of years in the future for
U
sure.
of M Gopher recruit McLaughlin, by the way, and I want to thank Eric Koenig for, I hope I said that right, for checking in to let us know. Appreciate that. We've got 3 days to go worth of broadcasts. A lot of Division I recruits. There's Casey Dornbach, 1 to UNO. That's bothering North Dakota recruit Mitchell Matson. Adams now sidesteps one would-be check, cycles to Bischoff out of the corner. Bischoff tries to walk to the goal mouth. Didn't have anything. Instead, up to the point he goes. Blocked by Malmquist. He's going to try to find the races. Tried to poke ahead for Tucker. Nobody home, and the Thunderhawks will shut it down. Be curious to see if they play more of a defensive posture here. Shutdown mode or just continue to bring their A-game on the flow.
I think that they were responsible enough defensively where they could just keep their flow going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of a thing. But Edina's showing a little bit of fortitude coming back, possessing the puck, using their speed. But again, they haven't generated anything. So the Thunderhawks just have to do business as usual. Don't let up on the pressure. Get the puck deep. Make Edina come the full 200 feet. But pressure the defenseman.
Off the forecheck of the big check against the wall, the Thunderhawks will play this one through. Michelson plays to center. Check thrown there. Now Walker with it off the glass. Chips to center. Picked up by Grand Rapids. They're going to play that one back in and around. Solomon is there. He'll guide it around to the left wing for Shear. Quick pass for Copeland off his stick. The hounding Thunderhawks have forced the Hornets to do some things they don't want to on the breakout, which is get rid of the puck. Tabor, Copeland. That one's deflected off his stick. And now it's played back up to center, but through no one as Michelson will have to regroup for Tabor. Tabor extends a pass to the left wing side. The Thunderhawks should have been offside. Instead, Shear gets a freebie out of the zone. Now Walker will race it up the right wing side. Touch pass from Shear. Walker from the goal mouth. They score! Oh, a three-way passing play there by the Edina Hornets. And they cut the lead to 5-2.
Yeah, that was basically Shear to Walker, and Walker a little bit of a give and go at the right circle. Give and go to Walker. Walker cross ice to Copeland. Copeland deposits that one in for his 4th goal of the year. Cuts the lead to 3. 12:46 left in the 3rd period. Edina showing some life. You can see him coming through the neutral zone. Look at Walker. He'll drop it back to Shear. Shear gives it right back, works the edges, goes cross ice, nice redirect. Beats the goaltender Holm to cut the lead to 3. But Edina's showing a little bit of life. Thunderhawks don't have to get too excited. They just have to kind of be smart through the neutral zone, smart defensively. I see no reason why they won't, but Edina putting good pushback.
When you're on the weak side like that, all you need to do is go to the post. There's a chance by Malmquist, a wraparound attempt. And that one's covered up by Holm, the goaltender. By the way, I want to say hello to Jason Anderson watching from Bird Creek, Alaska.
Awesome.
Made a comment, says he loves watching the dominating performance by the Orange and Black. If they play like this tomorrow, they're going to give the Eagles of Eden Prairie a run.
Well, I think you're right, absolutely. In fact, Eden Prairie is not they're not vulnerable necessarily, but they are not a dominant force. They just are very deep. But if Thunderhawks skate like they're skating tonight, they can play against anybody.
Al also checks in. He's right. Great period by the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks in the second. Edina will come out hard in the third, which they've done. Here they are looking to cut this 3-goal deficit to 2.
Boy, they've really cut the ice in half. Edina is just all over Grand Rapids.
Peaks and valleys here in this game. Solomon
flows,
steers to his left.
Ebbs and flows.
It's another way of saying peaks and valleys.
Right on. I'm redundant.
We'll work it in there. Fanned on at the line. The Thunderhawks will play this one up and through. Crosby creates some trouble along the wall as they play that to the corner. Moon is there. Of course, I think of the former Viking quarterback, great Warren Moon, every time. Can't go. I mean, I know you all do too. As it's played up by Johnson across the line. Nearly loses the handle. Glove saved by Holm. And he'll hang on with 11:37 to go.
Well, you look at the shots on goal, Pete. First period, they knotted a 6 apiece, but the second period, Grand Rapids with 12, Edina with only 4 for a 2-period total of 10. When was the last time Edina had 10 shots on goal in 2 periods, but they've been getting some pressure and getting some shots on, so encouraging sign for Kurt Giles that his team is showing some character and really putting up a level of competition now.
Hey, Jeff Hall, great to hear from you from Goal Crease. I hope things are going well. He thinks he said he was thinking 1997 for that 5-1 deficit, where the final against Duluth East was 5-2. He may be on to that one.
Oh.
Shot was blocked down. What a great question posed by Joe Caju. I thought for sure I'd see him patrolling the back rows here, the upper reaches of Braemar Arena here tonight.
Well, when he can watch it in the comfort of his home on his tablet or his device, why would he come on?
Well, with the quality camera work that Kevin Hagstrom's bringing from center ice, what more could you want?
Yeah,
Tabor,
like
a quick shot, steered aside by the pad by the goaltender Holm off the boards and back up into the neutral zone area. Michelson will chase down. Look to Tabor. Now he's going to give it to him. Tabor will gain center. Content to play in. Holm will hang on, who got stuck in the webbing of the glove there.
Again.
And in that case, that would have been one to hang on to there, but the Thunderhawks dodged the bullet. 10.5 to go in the third period. Rink wide they go. Don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be on the air 6 o'clock. We're going to open up with Grand Rapids and Eden Prairie and Edina and Elk River. And then we have a great Saturday night. We got the Section 7 teams going at it with Grand Rapids and Elk River, and then Edina, Eden Prairie, the crosstown rivals. This place is always hopping, no question.
Well, indeed it is, and that's why this is one of my favorite tournaments of the year, obviously. Again, mimics the state tournament format. 3 good teams in 3 nights. Really kind of a nice place to develop, find out what you got, get the younger maybe third, fourth line players a little bit of ice time, as we can see. I mean, we have Solomon in goal, Josh Solomon, junior goaltender for Edina. Give him a chance to get his feet wet for his first action so far this early in this season.
Puck is played back through the center. Once again, thanks again, Eric, for checking in. McLaughlin laughing at us right now. There's a puck off the end boards, off the post as it sits off the left side of the net, cleared back into center, and the foot race will ensue. Will it have enough to make it for an icing? It does, as that was Drake Anderson chasing that one down.
Well, I think Josh Solomon has a friend in that goal post, and the direction that it went off the post was most favorable for Edina. Kept it out of behind the goal line, and they were able to clear ice the puck. They'll take that every time. Now they have to win the faceoff, but Grand Rapids putting some pressure on the Edina goaltender.
From the right point, deflected. Solomon looked up, saw that one come down, and now Tabor, nice center breakout, finds Dornbach, gives off to the right wing side. Across the line they go with Tucker. Down low looking for Malmquist. Nobody there. And here come the Thunderhawks back through center. A much more concerted effort on the transitional defense by the Edina Hornets. Neutral zone isn't as for sale as it was earlier, and their transition much better as a result. That one gets underneath the stick. Harris is there to the corner. Bumps up with Tucker. And it'll be the Hawks that'll ring the wall back through everyone. That gets past Tabor. We'll see if that makes it for an icing call, as Adams was chasing that one down.
Well, kind of a whistle-happy period. Not kind of a contrast from what we had in the second period, where we had end-to-end action for a good, solid several minutes. But this isn't bad for Grand Rapids. They can just kind of take it segment by segment. Just a tick over 9 minutes left in this contest. Edina down by 3. But Grand Rapids did a pretty good job of thwarting Edina's secondary push, and now things have settled down a little bit for the Thunderhawks.
And they'll turn that one back behind the net. Luke Johnson will give back for Pugh. He better hurry because in comes Adams with the check, and it's picked up by Shear as he gets away from one man. Right wing side it goes. Walker down low. He had a man crashing the net again in Copeland. Chip back into center. Now it's going to be Pugh looking to regroup as he looks off to his left, picked up by Johnson. Outlets to the left wing side, handled by Shear. That hits a pair of skates, and Bischoff will take over. To center it goes. Shear with it. Try to play that one through. Instead, it's going to be gathered in by Stampahar as he plays behind the net. Heitkamp is there. Instead, loses the handle. Hornets spending most of the time of this period in the offensive zone. Heitkamp again, bothered by Walker. You have to like the fight that the Hornets have brought here from this perspective in this third period,
Absolutely.
Bart. I mean, they could have pitched the tent and said, we're out of here.
I wonder what the between periods conversation was in that Hornet locker room.
Probably don't give up so much.
Well, true.
You know, it's going to be Shear with it. Shear holds, left side. Copeland wanted the short side, but there was Holm to fight that one off. Wow, has he been good tonight?
Well, Edina's doing a good job of sending the puck to the weak side in one-time shot, but Holm very good side to side. I think he got his glove on that one, kept it out of the net, but he's been a star tonight.
Fished out by McLaughlin. His opportunity goes through the goal mouth area, and it's going to be played up to the left wing side. The Hawks will have to hang on. They do as they touch up on side, set up behind the net by Solomon. Now it's going to be picked up by Tabor. Gets away from one man. Slides over to his left. Tabor with it. Finds an opening, bounding puck in on goal, and Holm content to just hang on. Faceoff will come up inside the Thunderhawk zone.
Well, and then Joe Hankinson kind of mixing it up a little bit down low, trying to take him off their game. Not a bad play as long as a penalty isn't called, but you just want to try to get in the psyche. Nothing else has really worked as far as trying to get into Holm's grill, but they are going to take them both, and Mr. Hankinson trying to plead his case to the linesman. I don't think you're going to win too many of those battles. We're still going to be 5-on-5, just over 7 minutes left in regulation time. But, Pete, this is a good Grand Rapids squad. You look back at their body of work coming into this game. They have 2 losses on the season, both of which were overtime. One was Benilde St. Margaret's at the IRA Arena. The other one was to Lakeville North down at the Ames Arena. So the 2 losses that they have are actually in overtime against very good teams, plus the tie. The only other blemish on that was a 1-1 opening game against Bemidji. So
another top 10 team.
Absolutely.
And a good one.
So I don't think it's a big surprise how good Grand Rapids is. I just didn't think they could sustain this level against a team like Edina in their home rink for this long. They're very impressive tonight.
Matson with it, plays this off the end boards. He'll handle the puck. Played down by the Thunderhawks. Top of the right point off the skate. There's a save and a rebound over the top of the goal. 5-on-5 hockey. Gets underneath Matson's stick. Bischoff hustles over. He comes together with Tucker. Gets a little bit of help from up top. Do the Thunderhawks, but instead it's going to be Michelson to take over for the Hornets to the right side. Surveys the scene. Not a lot open through the neutral zone. It's muddy, folks. Deflected. No ice on the play. Big check thrown off the end boards on Malmquist. I want to call him Mismash every time I see him. I'm not kidding.
No.
To the left wing side it goes. It's going to take me the whole weekend to not have to think about it.
Yeah, we'll get it by Sunday night.
Not that you care, right? Played back up to the right wing side. Through center it goes. Hain bothered on the play. Watched by Dornbach, and it's going to be the Thunderhawks to the right wing side. Chip to an open wing. Here comes a foot race to the corner. Pugh gets inside on his man. He's bothered by McLaughlin, and it's going to be handled by Miller. Played to the corner. McLaughlin brought down by Pugh. Ooh, oh, my word. I've seen guys get 5 to 7 for less. Back out front they go. Here's a shot that's deflected off Dornbach. As he plays that one, that's batted down once again. Handled by the Thunderhawks. Miller once again. Shivers into his man. Nice cycle. Nice shift here. Hornets keeping it to the outside. Now here's a chance to the goal mouth area. Now the left point, circle rather, turning away from trouble is Mark. He protects the puck back in behind the net. Mark plays there, and there's a nice play by Shear to come away with the puck. Can't get the zone as it's held in at the line. That's where you chip and chase and get off the ice. Puck to the corner it goes. Now it's Anderson with it behind the net. Watched on the play by Hain. Hain with it. Protected in front. Oh, Solomon was there. I don't think it got through. And it's played off these skates. But not out! Back into the zone. Oh, my word. Dornbach worked on by McLaughlin. Now it's a backhand that hits traffic. The Thunderhawks buzzing the offensive zone this series of shifts. Graber was there. That gets away from him. He gets some help along the way with Burnson. Back behind the net. Dornbach rings the wall. Too far for Walker. Now he'll take over the loose puck and take it through center. Shear is there, and he's going to be poked off his stick. That's off another Thunderhawk hand. No hand pass on the play as it's played back through. Now it's going to be Michelson with it. Shear's been out for about 5 minutes on this shift. He plays that off the boards and dumps that into the neutral zone. Still logging some ice time here. Back up to center ice it goes. Now it's going to be handled once again by the Thunderhawks of Grand Rapids. They play that one through. No icing on the play. 3:55 to go. Puck will be poked at by Michelson along the rail. Boltman was there. Left wing side in stride for Moon. Moon plays that one wide of the net. Boltman, quarterback of the football team, phenomenal catcher. Moon, of course, a high-end soccer player. Pugh was there with a big stick. Picked up by Adams to the corner for Bischoff. Back behind the net it goes. Now it's going to be Mattson with it. Bothered on the play. Maintains possession. Back in behind the net for Bischoff. Pugh will chase it down. Played back in behind. Pugh throws the leather on Adams as it's going to be played up the right wing wall. Pugh comes away with it. Outlets left wing on the tape. Moon plays it to the corner. Hornets will get the change on the fly. There's not been a whistle in quite some time. Checked on the play. Now it's going to be Malmquist is shot in on goal as Holm makes the save.
Well, Holm good positioning on that save. Malmquist pretty good shot from the left dot, but you can just if there's an equivalent to a running game in hockey, I think that's what the Thunderhawks are employing. They just burned about 5 minutes of ice time, and Edina really didn't get many good looks. In fact, I think Grand Rapids had the better zone time and offensive chances, so they just got their running game going, and that clock is just ticking down. We're under 3 minutes now. Grand Rapids up by 3.
You know, Joe Cagey is interesting. He's coming back with a lot of dark days of Edina hockey trivia.
What?
He said when was the last time they had 7 scored on him? He said the dark days of the 90s.
Wow.
Oh, it's so great. Back across the line come the Thunderhawks. Down low it goes. Love this crowd interaction. It's like we're having one big conversation. Bounding puck wide of the net. McLaughlin is there. Bothered on the play. Pugh bumped off the puck. Sent back up to the line. Hain deflected. Solomon the save, and here we go. Nothing's going to happen from that.
Well, you got to protect your goalie. They can't be taking swipes at him. But Solomon's really come in and done a pretty good job of settling things down. When called upon, he's making the saves, but Calvin Pugh's providing a little bit of physicality for the Edina backline. That's one thing that they seem to be lacking tonight is a physical presence in their own zone. Checking on the wrong side, pinching off the puck, checking at the hands. But Pugh's doing a pretty good job of being effective and at least interrupting their stride.
Quick turnaround, they scored!
Boy, that was a
that
good
one
shot.
wrapped up right into the top of the net. Did Mattson get a piece of that?
He might have, but it was Adams that took the shot. But it was redirected. Just a question whether it was Mattson on the Thunderhawks or perhaps one of the Edina Hornets. But nonetheless, the goal will still count. 6-2 is the score. Thunderhawks ahead. 2:06 left in regulation time. Obviously, you know, the fat lady's doing her warm-ups right now. But really an impressive display of how this game should be played. To come into a hostile environment like Braemar Arena where Edina plays so well and to beat them by, you know, a pretty significant margin. Really, hats off to Trent Klatt and the Thunderhawks tonight.
Absolutely.
They got some work tomorrow that they got to look forward to now, so it doesn't get any easier for them.
Well, they've got this is a top 2, you know, 3 of the 4 teams in this are top 10 teams, and the 5th one is top 15. Of course, Elk River, Eden Prairie, Edina, Grand Rapids. What a terrific
Adams.
weekend that is.
Adams' second goal, 5th goal of the season.
Boy, you're going to have a lot of fun calling the Fury Motors player of the game here, Bart Archer.
I forgot about that. I better get on that.
That's right. You better do your homework. Down low it goes. That one nearly finds the top shelf. Thunderhawks play to the corner. Picked off by Tabor. Up the ice he goes. On the stick of Walker. Stood up on the play. And down low is Shear. He's going to stick handle. Scores! What a play there. Shear just had plenty of time, and the Hornets cut the lead in half to 6-3.
Well, but still, it's a positive. It probably won't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, but it's a positive. Bram Shear's worked very hard tonight. He's fought through checks. He's gone to the dirty areas. He's made plays. Now he's going to get rewarded for that. He had an assist on the previous goal, on the Copeland goal, but now he's got one that he can claim for his own. It'll look good in the paper tomorrow. 6-3 doesn't look quite as bad as 6-2, and there is some positives that Edina can draw out of this, but for Shear, that's his third goal.
If we can look at that one more time, Brett, the great part about this goal for Shear is he had time. You'll watch him down in the corner here. He stick-handled his way into bringing traffic his way. And then ultimately, I guess that's not the replay, ultimately found the weak side guy coming to the net. 1 minute remains in the third period as the Hornets will play it back into center. It'll be handled now by Horn. And back at center for Johnson. This game was 1-1 after one period, and then 5-1 after two, and here we sit at 6-3 in the third. Hornets press now with 40 to go on the clock. Holm, they score! It's 6-4, 36.5. The Hornets playing to the final buzzer.
Well, this is a team that has a lot of pride. In fact, the never say quit has to be encouraging for the Edina coaches. But the Thunderhawks, I think they have to kind of tighten up. They're starting to look to the end of the game. They still have some time to finish, but look at all the bodies in front of the net.
Joe Hankinson barreling down the slot area there. I don't know if that went in off the stick of Crosby, but we'll soon find out.
We'll have to wait for official scoring. That's a long ways away, and there are a lot of bodies in front.
Back in behind the net it goes. Played up the wall, 30 seconds to go in the period. Matson plays that one back through. Big check thrown there. And it's going to be Matson to pull away from traffic. He'll skate up ice with 17 to go. Gets away from one man. And that one's whistled down. Enough by Luke Johnson to disrupt that zone entry and force the offside call.
Well, they should have done that a little bit earlier in the game, and that's one thing that Grand Rapids did is they got Edina kind of on the defensive where they'd bail out of the offensive blue line quickly, so it created too much room, allowed Grand Rapids to have some speed. Then they played soft at the blue line. Looks like they're starting to tighten up their defensive game plan a little bit in the waning moments of this game. But, 6-4, great victory by the Thunderhawks over the Edina Hornets. Edina showed some resolve by coming back and actually making it closer than it appeared. But, regardless of the score, this was the Thunderhawks game. They owned this game really from about, the first period on. Edina had a bit of a pushback, but you look at that second period, 4 goals, Bowman, Adams, Soderberg, and Matson. So some of the big hitters came out to play tonight for the Thunderhawks.
Indeed they did. And your Fury Motors player of the game.
Well, I think it's going to be Matson. He opened the scoring, 5th goal of the season, unassisted at the 14:23. Edina answered back, but it was the final goal as well in that second period. Really kind of put that final draw of emotion out of the Edina Hornets, scoring his second goal of the game. He was very effective. He won some battles, but it's going to be Mitchell Matson, senior forward for this Thunderhawk team, is going to be the player of the game.
There it is. That's a good call, Bart. A definite difference maker here in this contest. So for the season so far, the Hawks improved to 6-2-1. Hornets dropped to 5-3. We'll be on the air tomorrow at 6 o'clock with our first of two. It'll be Grand Rapids and Eden Prairie. Grand Rapids, of course, taking on the number 2 ranked Eden Prairie Eagles. That's going to be a fun hockey game.
Kind of looking forward to that one.
You think?
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to focus at work, isn't it?
I don't have to work tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yes, I thought I'd take a day off. I got some other tasks that I have to complete because of this busy weekend, but I will be here well represented tomorrow night. Looking forward to a terrific night of hockey again.
I am too, of course, then Edina and Elk River. So that's going to do it here. Thanks to everybody that's made this possible. Of course, Brett Johnson, then many of our sponsors, including CrankyAche.com, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Fury Motors, and Dave Sports Shops. For Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. So long, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to live, local, play-by-play coverage of tonight's game. Catch all the action all season long on your home for Southwest Metro Sports, PSB Media. Tonight's game was brought to you by The Malt Store, Brandy Warmbeer's State Farm Insurance Office, Athlete PT, Noodles and Company of Eden Prairie, The Sun Current, The Tavern on 4 and 5, and in partnership with Minnesota Football Magazine and BEC TV. You can find an archived broadcast of tonight's game available 24/7 on PSBMN.com.